other important thing is the communication, because as you said before, that you're working on a project or working on something what the other teams didn't know something about. And that's why we have to be transparent and up-to-date in communication. Not only here and locally, but try to be globally. That's why those teams like this GDA, I think it's very good, because we can share ideas, share things. Yeah, I was lucky because I saw him play live, not live, but in the television. What he said, that talent wins games, but the teamwork and intelligence wins championship. That's why we're working on collaboration and teams, because you can win games, but it's not enough.
You say robotics, that probably makes a lot of sense to you, but can you explain to me what robotics is? Because if I'm thinking about, you didn't roll a robot in, right?
No
robots.
No, it's not little robots like this.
Yeah.
It's software robot. So we got the software, and this software is able to establish communication with our IT systems.
Yeah.
And then the software robot is cloning what the agent do.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, the robot is doing the same thing as the agent do.
Yeah. And is it then the case that the robots do like the easy stuff, and the agents do the more complex?
Yes, that's correct. Because the robot can think.
Yeah.
So we can do a lot of processes which doesn't require cognitive thinking. But due to the fact the robot can think.
Yeah, so it can, basically what I'm thinking about as well is that for the agents, the more fun things maybe are left over.
Part of what you said though there ties into the communication. So some people aren't using Skype. I mean, that's like one of the big things on here. It's the communication tool. So it's interesting that people aren't even on Skype.
Yes, we are 2 steps back. Actually, it's already outdated, but some guys still using I don't know how to say it, the phone with the cable.
Old school phone.
I don't even know its name.
That is interesting indeed. So how can you, because you obviously you have like also young people coming in with indeed who are used to working with the newest tools, and also the people who are still on the landline and like the old school phones.
Yes.
How does that go with collaboration?
It's difficult, but there's always a solution, and the solution is at Aegon is the face-to-face communication. We shall organize meetings.
Yeah.
I think the key element is the communication.
Yeah.
Because if they can understand how the agile team working, what is the purpose of this story, and if we can communicate what is the goal for that sprint and how can we would like to reach that goal, they can understand and for example, in that case we would like to come here and see this is the team, and they can communicate each other, and they can part of the demo, maybe some times in the stand-up meeting in the morning, and so they can see it's not a black box.
Right.
We are real people.
Right. It's really transparent.
Yeah, and the transparency, yes, is also important.
It sounds like you guys are engaging them, you're pulling them in, and it's kind of interesting them, and maybe it's going to convince them. They're like, oh wow, this is bringing a lot of value. You know?
And with that, you're sort of infecting the rest, like spreading the ideas in any case of Agile.
Yeah.
So, you know, someone's talked to us about robotics, and what's a really cool technology that maybe you guys are passionate about, like blockchain and cloud computing, and robotics and artificial intelligence. Anything you guys want to talk
Artificial intelligence we have a data mining team.
Yeah.
So it's this side. We provide the infrastructure, of course, for them, and the counting capacity and big processor capacity, but they are working on this.
Okay. Yeah. So you're indeed, from the Lego perspective, you're the foundation.
We know everything, but not detailed. For example, I know the data analytics team working on that, using some artificial intelligence and against the fraud, for example.
Yeah.
So you're the backbone for digital transformation.
Yes,
so you're
exactly,
empowering
yes,
everyone
yes.
else to be able to use robotics. And
And
stuff.
we provide the infrastructure under robotics as well.
I think it's really nice to see the whole story come together. So
Yeah.
we talked to the Fufi team, and we talked to Laszlo, and we talked. So it's nice what you're telling now. So you're the infrastructure. So you're the
It's
basis.
like a Lego.
Yeah,
Lego.
yeah, and you're the base.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are the base, and
Yeah,
put on that the software level, application level, and the top of them the users
Yeah.
or the customers as well.
yeah. That's a nice visual as well.
Yeah.
Of course, you have a lot of data from customers or potential customers. How are you safeguarding that? How are you keeping that secure and safe? If you're also using things like Google Analytics.
The Google Analytics isn't contain personal data,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
so
It's
this is
not
the
connected.
solution. This is the solution. And yes, this is other problems because we can get more data from our backend system, for more personal data,
Yeah.
and I can make I can build audience from that data,
Yeah.
but it's not really allowed.
Yeah,
About
it's
the
a very-
GDPR
it's
and
a very zone.
the other lowing
Yeah, so regulations.
regulations. So I think it is a limit too,
Yeah.
and I hope the next time we can working this problem,
Yeah.
because we get more data. We can analyze the data,
Yeah.
and we can targeting better and better.
Yeah.
And we can target better. We can make more money.
Right.
Az üzenetküldés és közösségi média használatban ez a 20 és 40 év közötti generáció, vagy ez az a lakossági korosztály az, aki leginkább érintett. A fiatalabbak 30 év alattiak.
A telefonod nem a haverod. Kinyíl, ha nem az útra figyelsz.
We are kind of experimenting with the agile way of working, but well, not everybody is there yet.
Right. We heard some people are, and some people are doing it really well.
Yeah.
Actually. And,
We saw some great examples.
Yeah.
Indeed, and yeah, on the other hand, it's also about teaching ourselves possibilities of the cloud, and I think we are in the beginning, starting phase of that.
What we've seen here is indeed that exactly what you're saying, like start small and then learn and grow that out further.
Yeah, no, we do have to recognize that the needs of data analytics is pretty special. So really need to iterate fast. The toolkits on this business are changing pretty fast. Open source is very strong.
Yeah.
The cloud is well offering you a whole series of new technologies every day basically.
Yeah.
So it's not so easy to experiment, and we do understand the challenges for our counterparts in IT and maintenance and services, that it's not easy to keep pace with this. And that's why I think the agile way of working is a good approach to be to the point when we're experimenting with a new infrastructural setup.
Yeah.
So we have to be patient at the same time. We have to be agile and patient at the same time to be effective.
Yeah, I like that. Agile and patient.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to, in a way, also take our responsibility in protecting them against themselves.
Yes.
So when they say, "Oh, just I'll give you all my data in return for a discount," that's difficult, right? Then we need to balance. Is that something we want? Is that something we don't want?
Then goes the question, say 100 years down the road or just 15 years down the road, that if I know everything about you,
yeah,
then are you really somebody who can be insured? Because if I know all your DNA data, whatever, I exactly know that when you are going to 65, you're in this or that illness. And that's not anymore a random or a probability number. It's a number, it's almost sure. Then it's not an insurance event anymore.
And it also seems like the case that it's a security concern too, because once we have that data, it's our responsibility to keep that secure. And if it gets hacked and released, then that's very damaging for the company.
Of course. And it's with or without GDPR, it was still there.
Yeah.
So GDPR, in a sense, is a good thing, whether we can be fully compliant. But we have to do everything in our power in a realistic way to comply with it. It's a moral obligation. They trusted us.
Yeah.
They trusted with their money, with their data, and if the new word data is money as well.
Yeah.
Because you pay with your data for some things, then why shouldn't we be as careful with their data as with their money?
Right. So this is really your platform to share any kind of message that you want to the whole company. So what's that message that you would like to share?
Probably that don't be afraid of making mistakes. The new world, the technology helps you to do things quickly, try things small, pilot it. You cannot know things a priori in advance.
Right.
So experiment, learn. You can have memories, recordings. It makes it much more easier to advance without huge costs and speed up the cooperation and sharing all the knowledge in the company. I think that's one of the most important things.